And hello everybody, welcome back to LFC News. Guys, we've got two bits of huge news to discuss in today's video. As you can see there in the title, Liverpool have agreed their first signing of the January transfer window. That's no longer speculation, that is now official and is fact. We'll get into that, break it down. But equally, while we have got some good news, there's also some bad news. Yes, I hate being the bearer of bad news, and this one's probably going to irritate a lot of Liverpool fans because a lot of you guys have been invested in this transfer story for much of the build-up and much the end of last year, 2025. Anyway, let's go break down both of these stories, ladies and gentlemen. But as always, please do hit the like button and hit the subscribe button for more, and let's get in to today's video. So first things first, guys, yes, straight onto social media. David Ornstein, and not with good news for Liverpool fans, but Manchester City are set to complete the signing of Antoine Semenyo, outside release clause, deal worth £62.5 million, and of course 10% of future sale profit to Bournemouth. The 26-year-old Ghana attacker is to join Manchester City on a 5.5-year contract, and of course that is subject to medical. Now, this frustrates many because we were dubbed as someone that were keeping constant tabs on this potential transfer, and of course it did seem as though towards the end of 2025 that we were going to be signing him. However, Manchester City have acted fast, and not only on this transfer but also with Mark Gahey, Manchester City looking to hover around that one as well. But Semenyo, despite the links, will not be coming to Liverpool. He is off to Manchester City. Yes, gutted, because I thought he would have been a really good addition to our squad. Now, here we go as well, though. Liverpool have signed their first, or announced their first signing of the January transfer window, and this one's been fairly quiet. We spoke about a couple of different players that we were potentially going to sign. However, I never really reported to this one, that of course being 19-year-old centre-back Noah Adioka from Burnley, and he's going to be joining the under-21 squad. But before you turn your nose up at this, this is a part of Liverpool's recruitment strategy where they're going after these sort of young prodigies and of course trying to sort of groom them, so to speak, not to put it in a weird way, but then get them ready for the first team. And as we've seen recently, it's actually not that far away from when they do end up stepping up to the first team. So of course he is going to be joining the football club, Noah Adioka, and then of course we're also expected to sign Tala India and Ifeanyi Nduka as well. A deal close on there, but yeah, he's a Scouse boy, so I suppose from the city and whatnot, been away, but of course going to be signing for the football club. And yeah, he has been announced and he has been unveiled, and he is a part of the future of this football club. But guys, do let me know your thoughts on both of these stories down there in the comment section below.
In other news, Stefan Bajcetic's hopes of forcing his way back into Liverpool's first team plans this season have suffered a significant setback, with the midfielder enduring further frustration in his recovery from a long-standing hamstring problem. There had been cautious optimism inside the club towards the end of last year that Bajcetic was edging closer to a return. The 21-year-old had been working regularly alongside the senior squad at the AXA training centre, with a carefully managed pathway mapped out that included a gradual reintroduction through under 21 minutes. At that stage, Liverpool viewed his rehabilitation as being on track, and there was a sense that the worst of his injury troubles might finally be behind him. However, those plans have now been derailed. Bajcetic has suffered a setback related to the hamstring surgery he underwent in May, an operation that prematurely ended his loan spell at Las Palmas and was widely viewed internally as a chance to reset both physically and mentally. While he was spotted running outdoors early in the season, a promising sign that raised hopes of a return, he is now following a revised rehabilitation program after complications emerged in early January. As things stand, Bajcetic is not expected to be available for first-team consideration until February at the earliest. Even then, any minutes he does manage to accumulate between now and the end of the campaign are far more likely to come at U21 level rather than in the Premier League or Champions League. Liverpool are therefore unlikely to entertain any January loan offers, with the priority firmly on stabilising his fitness rather than rushing him back into competitive action. The prolonged absence only underlines how disrupted Bajcetic's development has become. His last appearance for Liverpool came in May 2024, notably his first senior outing in over 7 months, while his most recent start dates back to September 2023. Although he featured 33 times across loan spells with Red Bull Salzburg and Las Palmas last season, those runs now feel like a false dawn rather than a platform for sustained progress. It is approaching 3 years since Bajcetic enjoyed an extended run in the side under Jurgen Klopp, and there are lingering concerns within the game that the physical demands placed on an undeveloped 18-year-old during that period may have contributed to the recurring nature of his hamstring issues. Liverpool are understandably reluctant to rush to any conclusions about his long-term future, but uncertainty is growing as the setbacks continue to mount. Interest from Spain has not gone away. Clubs such as Valencia, Real Betis, and Rayo Vallecano were all linked with Bajcetic ahead of the current campaign, and those suitors are expected to monitor his situation closely if Liverpool decide to reassess his pathway in the summer. The timing of this latest blow is particularly cruel. Arne Slot's midfield options have been stretched, with Wataru Endo sidelined and both Dominik Szoboszlai and Florian Wirtz required in alternative roles. An FA Cup third-round tie against Barnsley on Monday night could have represented an ideal opportunity for Bajcetic to ease his way back into contention had his recovery gone to plan. Instead, he is set to watch from the sidelines as younger options such as Trey Nyoni and potentially even Tommy Pilling are asked to step up. For Bajcetic, what was meant to be a fresh start has once again turned into a waiting game, with patience and careful management now more crucial than ever. For Liverpool, the focus now is on protecting a player whose career remains at a delicate crossroads. Bajcetic's talent has never been in doubt, but time and repeated physical setbacks are beginning to erode the momentum he once carried so effortlessly. With the club determined not to compound past mistakes, any return will be measured and cautious, even if that means opportunities pass him by in the short term. The months ahead are therefore likely to be defined less by expectations and more by recovery, reflection and clarity. But that is all for today's video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. We post all the latest Liverpool news every day, so join our fast growing community so you never miss out. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.